When Sarah Johnson was a child, Sunday morning was spent at St. John African Methodist Episcopal Church in Centralia. It was a day for family and honor.
We would walk to church with my mother, all 7 of us. Many, many years ago, I want to say back in maybe the late 30s or in the 40s, my grandfather, John Wesley Baker, was a minister there at St. John.
Black churches like St. John AME served as more than just a place of worship. Antoinette Landor, MU Assistant Professor of Human Development and Family Sciences, says black churches also fostered activism.
Really, the black church is a combination of a religious culture, but also one that has shaped protest movements from the civil rights movements in the 1950s and 60s all the way to the Black Lives Matter movement of today.
In many communities, the church was the first institution owned and operated by African Americans. Pennytown Free Will Baptist Church is no exception. Pennytown was the home for a once thriving black community founded by a freed slave. Virginia Houston chairs the Friends of Pennytown Historic Site. She is fighting to keep its history alive.
They worked long hours and everything, but they never gave up. They remained vigilant and they determined to know that God would get them through.
Landor says that when black churches like Pennytown and St. John AME close, more than just a congregation is lost.
Because the black church, not only is it there for people to go and learn about the preachings of Jesus Christ, but it really is a place where community members go to have social functions, meetings, either for protest or otherwise.
Clarence Lawrence, Houston's brother, helps her run Friends of Pennytown. For him, the church is a reminder of his roots.
So when I come back here, there's times that I come down here myself, just by myself, and I'll go right back to this pulpit right here, and I'll stand there. This is kind of hokey, but I'll stand there and I'll read from that Bible, and I will pretend that my ancestors are out here and I'm talking to them. And that means a lot to me.
In Centralia, Brad and Callie Page bought St. John AME after it closed in April. They are renovating it as a furniture shop, but they are planning to acknowledge the building's past.
And we're going to have a history piece over here on the wall that kind of shows the history of the building. And we'll even have a church pew from the original church pews. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, on both sides of the racial divide, there are efforts made to make Sunday mornings less segregated. Some predominantly white churches are working to be more inclusive. Pastor Rick Oberly has led the efforts at Columbia United Church of Christ.
The future of the church is to be inclusive and open and loving, not say this is our wall and we're going to hide behind it.
While some churches are working to integrate, black churches are still working to preserve their legacy.
There's always a sense among the older people of what's going to happen when I'm gone. Well, the good Lord's going to take care of it, and it's going to continue.
Houston and Lawrence both say that even when a church is gone, the history and heritage will live on. With producers Emily Aiken, Aaron Jemerson, and Sydney Steele, Jacob Douglas, KOMU 8 News, Pennytown.